All right, so if you're a creator of any kind, you've got to hear about this thing called the Creator's Snowball. Seriously, it's a super simple idea, but it can totally change the game when it comes to finding and, more importantly, keeping your creative momentum.
You know that feeling, right? You get this amazing spark, this idea that you just know is a good one, but it just stays in your head. It swirls around in there and you can't quite grab it, you can't make it real. It's so frustrating, and pretty much everyone goes through it. But the good news is, there's a way out. Okay, so let's break this down. Why does this happen? Why do our best ideas get stuck in the mud? Well, it's not a problem with the idea itself. Nope, the problem is the place where it's living, our own minds.
I mean, let's be real for a second. This quote just hits the nail on the head. Our minds, they're messy places. Ideas aren't sitting there in nice, neat little folders waiting for us. They're all tangled up with emotions, what you need to buy at the store, that weird dream you had, all of it. And that makes them almost impossible to actually work with.
And this is the big shift, the thing we really need to get. When an idea is just in your head, it's basically invisible. It's chaos. But the second you get it out into the real world, you write it down, you say it out loud into a microphone, something magical happens. It transforms. Suddenly it's tangible, it's organized, and most importantly, it's something you can actually do something with.
Think about it. You can't improve something that you can't see or touch. It's impossible. As long as that idea is just a thought, it's basically trapped. It's stuck as the first, messy, chaotic draft, and it'll stay that way forever.
Okay, so if the problem is our messy, chaotic mind, what's the fix? Well, it's actually a pretty simple but really powerful shift in thinking. It's all about turning those internal ideas into what we're going to call external artifacts. Now, articulation artifact sounds kind of fancy, right? But it's just a name for a really simple act, taking an idea out of your brain and giving it some kind of physical, tangible form in the world. That's it. It's the bridge that gets you from that internal chaos to external clarity.
And please do not mistake artifact for masterpiece. This is so important. We're not talking about creating something perfect or polished. We're just talking about creating something real. It could be a quick blog post, a short video, a voice memo on your phone, a simple document. The only thing that matters is getting it out of your head and into the world.
The best way to think about it is like a sculptor's clay. You can't sculpt anything until you have a lump of clay on the table. Once that idea is out there, as an artifact, that's your clay. Now you can actually work with it. You can shape it, you can add to it, you can cut things away. You just can't sculpt thin air, and you can't work on an idea that's still invisible in your head.
But here's where it gets really cool. Making one artifact, that's just the start. The real magic, the real power, kicks in when you realize this isn't just a one-time thing. It's actually the start of a self-fueling creative engine. This is where the snowball really starts to pick up speed and get bigger.
You know, a lot of us look at really prolific creators and think, wow, they must have superhuman discipline. But that's not really the secret. It's not about white-knuckling it and forcing yourself to create. It's about building a system where the work itself starts to pull you forward. It's all about momentum. So here's how this system, this feedback loop, works. It's super simple. First, you articulate an idea and create that artifact. Okay, done. But then the magic happens. You interact with that thing you just made. You read your own article, you watch your own video, and doing that sparks new ideas. And guess what? That new idea becomes the seed for your next artifact. The whole cycle just repeats, and with every loop, the snowball gets bigger and faster.
This right here, this is the secret. This is the engine that powers those creators you see online who seem to be publishing new stuff all the time. You might wonder, how do they never run out of ideas? Well, they're not just finding them under a rock every morning. Their very process of creating is what generates their next idea.
It's such a simple but really profound idea when you think about it. You make something, you interact with it, and that interaction gives you new ideas. Your own output literally becomes your new input. That blog post you wrote, it just gave you 3 ideas for the next one. The whole process just feeds itself.
Okay, I know what you're probably thinking. This all sounds great in theory, but where do I even begin? Well, the best part about all this is that it doesn't take some massive commitment. In fact, it takes almost no time at all to get started. Getting that snowball rolling in the first place, that's always the hardest part, isn't it? That initial push. But the answer for how to do it is, well, it's almost laughably simple. You don't need hours. You don't even need 1 hour. Just 5 minutes. That's it. That is your entire starting point.
That's all the time you need to give that creative snowball its very first push down the hill.
So here's the plan, your 5-minute plan. I want you to pick one idea, just one, don't overthink it. Then, just record yourself talking about it for 5 minutes. That's it. The goal here is not perfection, it's completion. It's about getting that feeling of, hey, I made a thing. Because once you have that, you have your first artifact. The engine is officially running.
So just remember this, you don't have to wait around to find motivation. You actually create your own motivation. Just make that one artifact. Because once you get that first one done, the artifacts themselves start to drive you. Momentum takes over. All you have to do is just get the ball rolling. So the real question is, what are you going to create in the next 5 minutes?